As you probably know, there are many awesome open world games, but today we're going to be looking at my top 3. This is Ender's Diamond, and this is my top 3 open world games. As you can probably tell from watching my videos, one of my favorite games of all time is Fallout 4. I also play a lot of Minecraft and Witcher 3, so I hope you enjoy this collection of my top 3 open world video games. Starting off our countdown at number 3 is The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 is an excellent open world game, which also happens to be an RPG. In The Witcher 3, you take up the role of Geralt of Rivia, also known as the Witcher, one of the last remaining Witchers around. His job is to protect his, we're not really sure if it's not his daughter, it's like a close friend named Ciri, and she's been chased by this terrible group. I won't reveal much more than that, but it's an excellent game, and it's a whole lot of fun to play. The open world sceneries are just beautiful, and there are so many different areas. The map you can't quite explore from, like you can, for example, in Fallout 4 or Minecraft, or a game, it's sort of like Uncharted almost, in the way that there's sections, and you can explore that section, and then you have to sort of travel to a new section. I do like the fast travel, how you can't just travel from anywhere, you have to be in a very specific point, and the combat feels great. However, for me, an open world role-playing game like this should be in first person. However, because most of the game is melee, I think it's an exception. The story of The Witcher and Geralt of Rivia is quite a thrilling one. It takes you on a bunch of adventures all over the place with a bunch of characters. I really felt like I knew Geralt and the people around him, his friends, his family. I felt like they were very close to me, and it felt great. I didn't feel like I was just playing a random character and getting to know the people around me. There's a really big boss fight around the halfway point in the story. This boss fight, for me, I was like, oh, okay, this is a relatively short story, maybe medium length, and then it was over. However, it didn't end. It just wanted me to do more of the same thing, going around recruiting people and doing little mini-quests, so I could prepare for another bigger boss fight, which did feel a bit repetitive, but after I got towards the end of preparing for that, and towards the boss fight, I realized how awesome it felt, and the bosses at the first big boss fight you have, the bosses feel a little bit too over-leveled for you. The second one, though, and the final boss fight feels perfect, not too hard, not too easy. You do also take turns playing other characters, since this game is really, really, really heavily story-based. It's less of a sort of role-playing RPG open world than you might think. Like, for example, with Fallout 4, you play this one character, and you never, ever, 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 ever play anybody else. This game is so heavily story-based that it has you play other characters, which I think is great if you really love the story. However, if you really love making your own decisions, not nearly as much of that in this game. So this brings us to number 2, which is Minecraft. So now Minecraft is just very different than the other 2 games that are on this list, because Minecraft is, first of all, not remotely even close to an RPG game. Alright? RPG games, right? I mean, you're role-playing, there's some sort of story. There's no story with Minecraft. Yes, there's sort of some boss fighty things and some adventures you can complete, but mostly it's just running around. It's a sandbox game, essentially, right? Yes, it is technically open world. However, it falls in a very different class. It's sort of why it's in the middle. So, what's so great about Minecraft? Well, you can sort of explore to your heart's content. There's no limit. However, it gets boring. The world is so randomly generated, you're not going to encounter boss fights, enemies, things like that are unique in any way. You're not going to encounter buildings that are unique, stories that are unique, plotlines, side quests, anything like that. It is literally just going to be the same stuff. Now, you can explore and you'll find different biomes and things, and for the first couple times it may be like, wow, I found a new biome, oh my god, I found a pyramid, but then it gets a bit boring. There are some randomly generated structures, and every time you find one without using the help of cheats, it actually feels really good. However, you'll eventually get to the point where you're like, this is like the 10th village I found today. Why am I doing this again? And yes, it feels great. You're just like, okay, why am I hunting around the world for a few pieces of this blue stuff that you see? So, the next thing that's pretty good about Minecraft is you can build whatever you want. There's no real limits, there's height limits, and that's about it. Unlike with Fallout 4, where you have to sort of click things together and other games like that, you can build whatever you want, however size, whatever you want, and that's sort of one of the most unique things about this game. If you are looking for sort of combat, no, not really going to get it with this game, so just know that. Another pretty cool thing about, Minecraft, is that you do sort of have existence. You can play with friends, which is just great. No, very few other open world games. You can play with friends. You can sort of Uncharted. That's not really. It's sort of Uncharted because you can play that multiplayer mode, but not really. So, what else is really cool? Well, the mining, the hunting around for stuff, that's a great feature. But again, it gets boring. You're like, okay, why am I doing this? I know I need more cobblestone, but why? But is it really worth it? And the answer is probably not. Right? You're never gonna finish Minecraft, and that can give some people sort of an empty feeling. Okay? You're always going to literally just... You're going to play Minecraft, alright? And then you're going to build something, and then you're going to continue playing Minecraft. Which is just annoying. It's just annoying doing that. But it's also great, alright? Minecraft is so much fun to just walk around the world and experience things, and I think that a lot of players will sort of get that with this game. It's a very old game, so most people have already tried it, but I just had to put it on this list because I think it's just awesome. It's a really great game. It is an open world game, which is pretty cool. And in at our number one spot, as a lot of you probably could have guessed, it is Fallout 4. From the amount of Fallout 4 content I've put on my channel to the fact that I've been constantly talking about it this entire video, Fallout 4 is, in my opinion, the number one open world game I have ever played. For a couple reasons. Now, first of all, I may be biased because this is the first open world game I ever played, so that may make it seem a million times better in my eyes. However, like, it's sort of like if you eat ice cream, right? Like, if the first flavor you eat is vanilla, vanilla's gonna seem a lot better than chocolate. No offense to all you vanilla fans. So, let's go over what's great and what's not so good about Fallout 4. Number one, like I said with The Witcher, I feel like I really got to know Geralt of Rivia. I don't really feel like I got to know, I believe his name is Nate, the Fallout 4 character. Why? Because, well, it's not in third person. Partly it's not in third person, which is a big deal, right? It isn't in third person, so you feel like you're him, right? So it's just you. But it is sort of like, okay, that's not enough. And the other reason is, all the people around me know me. No one, I would say, no one talks about me in Fallout 4. With Geralt of Rivia, people will be like, you know, oh, Geralt was joking, no, blah, 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 because people know me, right? I've made acquaintances over the years. As with this game, no one knows me come out fresh. Codsworth, maybe, I mean, he doesn't reference me at all, really. I don't feel like I have my own character. My character never says anything without my sort of approval. And that's a con, in my opinion. I want to feel like, rather than I am the character, I want to feel like I'm playing the character. I don't want to feel like the character. I know that's what role-playing games are supposed to do, but I think like a first-person game, Geralt of Rivia, essentially like Witcher first-person would be an ideal game, for that respect. However, the next thing that Fallout 4 does is it's first-person. This really makes it feel more immersive and like you're playing the game in the game, if that's what you're going for, and which I think that part of it is, right? I think it's great. The issue is it doesn't really ever show your face and your body, and I feel like they didn't do a great job with Nate. Like, he just doesn't look very good. You know, of course it's based on you, but the default Nate setting. And no one really calls you by your name. Everyone just sort of calls you him, or like your rank, for example, Brotherhood of Steel, or her if you're the female version, which is Nora. So, what else is great? Well, I feel like the health system is great. It's really easy to heal, but it's not too easy. I feel like you can pick things up a lot, and I feel like the open world is incredible. The views are just awesome. I feel like I'm walking through Massachusetts. It feels awesome. I love the open areas where it's just some cell towers here, and a little building there, and just walking through and finding a Yao Guai. Okay, but I also love walking through old Boston, bombed out Boston, and Diamond City, just wandering around and looking at all the raiders and super mutants and all the people, and it feels so lifelike. then again, unlike Witcher, which is great for this game, you could walk around the entire world. I did feel like the world was very small and condensed. However, every inch of that world was worth exploring. I'd go in every house I could. I easily spent 300, maybe 350 hours on Fallout 4. It is an incredible game. The DLC are probably just as good as the game. They're just awesome. It's a really good game. Alright. It does have one more sort of, I wouldn't say major con. This con is that it's sort of become repetitive, right? I felt like, oh my god, this is an amazing game. Okay, I've got all this great stuff, all this really awesomely cool stuff. However, and this is difficult, right? However, I felt like there wasn't anything more. I'd go around and kill raiders and be like, okay, there's no story anymore. I felt like I'm not a character anymore, and I felt that way once I completed The Witcher 2, right? It just didn't feel like me. I just felt like I was wandering around killing raiders, aimlessly listening to Diamond City Radio. Okay? It's still fun, don't get me wrong, but it would have been nicer if there was sort of a big ending moment, right? You complete the game, and then it's like, if you killed 100,000 raiders or something, right? Something, like, just ridiculous. Not impossible, but very, very hard. There'll be, like, 5 more quests and more story and stuff, right? Just a little bit. So you can sort of have that constantly, okay, I'm completing a quest, this, right? Really big quest. You can do all the things you want to do, collect those weapons, doing legendary farming, all that good jazz. But you're still following the story, but you've also completed the main story. If you don't love the game, you just have to complete it. However, that sort of happened with Nuka World, so I thought that was great. So, this is Ender's Diamond saying, I hope you enjoyed my top 3 open world video games video. I hope to be making a lot more top 3 and top 5 videos in the future. Stick around and watch more of my videos. See you guys in a future episode. Goodbye, guys.